Welcome to the Hire Yourself podcast. Are you stuck in the corporate rat race, worrying about layoffs, and longing to take control of your destiny? This is the place for frustrated executives like you who want to escape the grind, live life on your own terms, and build wealth. Whether you're ready to make a full transition into franchise ownership or want to start building a side business along your corporate job, Pete guides you every step of the way. He'll talk about how to create career and income security, diversify your assets and income, and live life on your own terms. Your path to controlling your own destiny starts now.
Welcome to the Hire Yourself podcast. My name is Pete Gilfillan. I'm an internationally best-selling author of the book Hire Yourself. I'm a nationally recognized franchise consultant. I am an entrepreneur and a proud corporate escapee. I work with hundreds of senior-level executives each year to help them take control of their destiny, to build wealth and live life on their terms. You know, my mission is really to help others. And in my podcast, I always try to answer a question. And today, I want to talk about the why. Why it's never been more important to identify your why. You know, there was a recent article out there in Forbes. It was about a month ago. And it was really about this, why finding your why is more important than ever in 2025. And I agree with them. You know, they talk about that as an individual, you have to clearly define your personal purpose. What fuels you? What gives you that resilience? What gives you that motivation from that standpoint? What takes you to kind of that feeling of higher satisfaction? Helps you push through that stress that you're having. And obviously being engaged long term. I love and I've talked about this in my podcast with David Greenberg, the Hire Yourself and Escape and Power franchise, right? That Simon Sink's a golden triangle, right? Finding your why is so important. And it can make the difference between surviving and thriving. So there are multiple reasons why you need to reclaim your why. Find out what propels you, what drives you from that standpoint. And I think the first reason why you got to reclaim your why in life, whether it's personally or in the corporate side, is that it gives you back that spark, right? Because we get burned out, because we lose touch with our personal why. Without it, the days feel just monotonous, or your motivation dwindles. So it's important to recognize your why so you can reclaim that empowerment inside of you that gives you that energy, that enthusiasm that helps you fulfill your personal and professional lifestyle or goals of what you want to do or to accomplish, right? Number two is that when we take a look at our why, there is always a personal why and there is always a business why. And we want to make sure that we distinguish between the two. And you need to take an inventory of both of them. What is your personal why? What is your business why? Because they can be different. And if you try to combine the two, it's not necessarily a good thing, right? So we want to, especially as we talk about business side and the personal side, we want to understand what those are and give us the ability to understand what our core values are, what our passions are, what are both on the personal side as well as the business side. See, having these very clear gives us that strength to have that long-term commitment to whatever we do. And I think that really comes up with the third reason why we need to identify our why is it helps us sustain through tough times, right? And when we're a business owner, bottom line is that there's going to be times where there's going to be challenges. There's going to be things that just happen. That's what happens with businesses. There's always issues. Without your compelling why, it's hard to kind of push through that. So we want to have a kind of a clear why so that kind of stabilizes us. It helps us navigate through financial fluctuations or operational problems or market changes. It just gives us kind of more grit. So we have to understand what is our why that helps us push through things. Starts when we talk about our why is we want to understand kind of what's in us. So we want to start with a self-assessment, understanding what dissatisfies you, what makes you happy from that standpoint, and make sure that your why aligns with your personal assessment of what's important to you from a standpoint, and understanding your expectations and the external pressures and all that kind of stuff. It is taking kind of that self-assessment and making sure that your whys are aligned with that. And then when we talk about this idea of finding your why, we always want to look towards the future, right? And it's not looking towards tomorrow. It's not looking towards 2 years. It's having a 10-year plan, right? Understanding where you want to be in 10 years and having your why aligned with your long-term goals, your life purpose is very powerful because it's just easy to kind of go through the motions. And when you have that, like my good mentor, Jeff Elgin, always kind of talk about having your 10-year plan or your decade plan. And I agree 100% with them because we want to look towards our future, tie it to our why. It's just part of it, right? When we talk about this idea of finding your why, if you're having trouble getting it, bottom line is this can be challenging. And so go seek help. Get people that can help you with this. I've hired business coaches. I've got mentors. I have accountability partners. Bottom line is I have all types of people that can help me stay on fine. So if I'm having trouble with my why or staying aligned to my why or defining my why in more perspective, I lean on books, mentors, coaches, anybody I can to help me stay focused. Having that external guidance really kind of helps you have that clarity, keeps you aligned, and that is so important. And then number 7 is that when we talk about this idea of finding your why, is that it just fuels motivation and fulfillment. Again, this idea that it's the engine that propels action and satisfaction. Without it, achievements seem hollow, right? So we want a well-defined thing that transforms tasks into meaningful work, fostering resilience, creativity, ensuring commitment. And that's what it's all about, is staying focused on our why. So bottom line is that it has never been more important to find your why. And I got to tell you that the cheese has been moved. Bottom line is that it is now where we've got to define this because it's a changing world and we want to have the power and the strength for the 7 arenas we just talked about. If you liked what you heard today, I encourage you to subscribe, to follow my content. You see, I'm here for you. Take 15 minutes, have a quick call with me. I can learn a little bit about your situation. I can tell you a little bit about how I can help you as a franchise consultant. So I am here to help you take control of your destiny, to build wealth, and to live life on your terms.
Thanks for joining us on the Hire Yourself podcast. Pete's here to help you break free from the corporate rat race, take control of your destiny, and finally live life on your own terms. Whether that's jumping into franchise ownership full-time or starting it as a side hustle. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe, share it with a fellow frustrated executive, and leave a review to let us know your thoughts. Until next time, take charge, build your future, and live life on your own terms.